Wait, I say being 1 minute behind. I had some issues getting a game that could function. This is the third game that I attempted to play today, and finally got one. So, Song of Saya. It is it is certainly a game. I have not played it before. I know a lot about it, and I've played some things with spin-offs. Yes, Flesh. Flesh is one of the main things that this game is about. Oh god. Do not reflect actual medical practice. Those are the warnings you love to see in your games. Yeah? Oh, ooh, I don't know if... for Twitch, though. Let's probably at least should do one of those two. Probably Obscure Focus, right? let me do a quick Twitch search. What's the what is the rules for Flesh? Probably bad. Let's go with Obscure Focus. Yeah, Flesh. The first line. Hopefully, you know, the, my normal screen blocker technically will also work for this too, without needing any modifications. I do remember the music being, maybe not particularly good, but, certainly... Okay, well, it's good, but not, like, in the pleasant to listen to meaning of the word good. This, I love Shapeshift, as a song, not to listen, not as something that I would listen to on a regular basis. I lost S, and I'm banging into things. You get back up there. Yeah, but I don't know if this is what it means by flesh being obscured, or grotesque things being obscured, but like that, it looks blurry. I don't know if that's how it normally looks, though. That is a very old-looking high school student, I think. I actually don't know if he's a high school student. Man, just be living in the plane of flesh. He's been stuck in the plane of flesh for 3 months already. You know, it does sound vaguely like it sounds like there's something almost understandable really deep in that audio. Ew. And I do like they've got 2 different indicators for continuing text and going on to the next paragraph. My controller should still work on this, right? Yeah. Space just... Okay. Enter? No? I don't want to deal with keybinds, I'm just gonna... Oh god. I have pushed a button. How do I just click forward? We'll go with... quick save that, and just in case I manage to accidentally crash it in the next second. Nope. Like that. How do I get rid of that? By right-clicking again. What a fool I was. Just ignore my mouse if it wanders on the screen again. Unprovoked. Ah, college. Okay, I guess his face looks a little bit more reasonable if he's in college. See, I know one major spoiler for the game, but like I don't know whether it's a major spoiler early in the game or late in the game. Yes. Thinking of... I wonder how long it takes. I sure do wonder. I mean, technically the only issue is that this, or at least from what we understand, this man just sees his whole world as flesh. Like, assuming everything else works right, like, he should have been eating, right? Or has he just not eaten for 3 months because he's in the flesh plane? Because if you think about it, like, if he's looking at everyone else and everyone else is normal, then nothing should spoil because everything's normal. It's just his eyeballs are peering into the flesh dimension. Oh, is it just very muffled Japanese? Yeah, I still can't hear any. I can't reasonably understand anything that I'm hearing. But that doesn't help. I doubt it's supposed to be, like, understandable even if you're normally listening. But maybe, given that it's actually, like, English rather than... I think I heard yote in there, which would be plans.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I'm just at a loss of what would you do in this situation? Because there's no good answer. Yeah, I bet there's something understandable in that. Because, like, as you can tell from main character speaking, like, it is clearly Japanese, or supposed to be. But, unfortunately, with my Japanese being, not perfect, listening to an awful bastardization of its existence probably doesn't help too much. Is that something he can physically touch, or is that like flesh plane only, or is it just like spit or something? I wonder, does this man and his clothes also look like flesh? Like, if he looks down at his body, is it weirdly flesh?
ねえねえ、今度のスキーだけどさ、今年はどっかスケートも遊べるところにしない？
Okay, is this the same conversation just in the regular plane?
勘弁してやってくれよ、つくば。こいつ今そっちに
Or is this 3+ months ago?
なんせ近江ってさ、この前この年になって初めてスケートやったんだ。
Yeah, no, I think this is from the
スケー
the
トしたこ
perspective
と
of
なかっ
the
たのがそんなに不思議？
main character's almost relationship.
20歳になって初体験ってのは興味そうそういないんじゃないかな。
子供の頃はなんとなく怖かったのよ。あの靴なんだか刃物みたいでさ。
お
でもいきなり
Okay,
やっ
so
て
there are
滑
regular
れたの？
I guess I should have expected regular sprites, and just the fact that we were looking at flesh the whole time didn't warrant it. Though if they did have a flesh sprite for every character, that would be pretty funny.
容量はスキーとそう変わるもんじゃないからな。重心を前に出して靴の前のヘリでコントロールする感覚とか。
Okay.
コウジにそう言われたもんだからさ、騙されたと思ってやってみたわけよ。そうしたらもう楽しくって。
We've gone from Eternal Flesh Hellscape to just regular college shenanigans.
私も見てみたいな。近江ちゃんがスケートやるところ。
Are they gonna... So, if this is the same conversation, hopefully they'll just throw it over to main character in just a sec. Oh, I see. I
だからさ、
think I understand.
ね、今度のスキー旅行、ついでにスケート旅行にしちゃえば2倍美味しく楽しいってわけよ。
Okay, so something happened to main character, like actually,
スケートはスケ
and
ート
it
リンクに
caused
行
the
けばできる
flesh.
じゃない。わざわざスキー場に行ってまでやる？
And apparently he just hasn't been dealing with it great, which I mean makes
屋外
sense,
スケート、凍った湖とかで滑れるとこ
given
ろ。
he's in a slightly different dimension.
そんな都合のいいとこあるかな。なんだかすっごく混んでそう。
Yeah.
なあ、
Oh my
今度
god.
お前はどう思う？
Not only is that large, but slightly terrifying. Yeah, okay, there's the line. So this is the same conversation, just not in the flesh world. Whoopsies.
どうって。
Yeah, he's definitely not doing
Yeah,
psychologically
that's
okay.
今年の冬のスキーだよ。お前も行くよな。
I want to see if I can hear the same line that I actually like kind of understood last time.
わからない。
何か他の予定でもあるのか？
Yeah, yeah. See, I did hear Yote.
いや、別に。
なあ、別に運動するのが傷に触るとかそういうわけでもないんだろ？
どうだろうな。今日の診療で先生に聞いてみる。
Yeah, so it's definitely
おい、
one
踏みな。
man trapped in the flesh plane, while, or at least like mentally, while everyone else is just completely normal. I think the chairs looked kind of different too. Like they were vaguely similar. Yeah,
だから
spit,
今日も診療なんだ
I。said.
もう時間だから。それじゃあ。
Okay, so the money is also made of flesh.
やってられないわね。もう
文則にはもう少し時間が必要なんだと思う。
Just been absolutely destroyed.
だって
Mentally
もう
at least.
3ヶ月よ。なんなのよあれ。付き合ってるこっちが変になりそうよ。
Yeah, that's kind. It's kind of a tough position for for the friends to be in, because like, there's very clearly something wrong with him, and he should see somebody about that. But like,
俺だってわからない。
they're trying to be friends, I guess, still.
お前だって想像つくか？あんなひどい形で家族全員を奪われて
Among other
平
things.
気でいられるわけないよ。
They're doing their well, okay. Well, they're doing pretty good. I wouldn't say they're doing their best. In any other media, a tractor trailer slamming you. Okay, I can actually think of one other one where this doesn't send you to another world. In Madaka Box, points at my minifigures. Yeah, so he got a lot of trauma
見舞いに行った時なんて
in the
もっ
physical,
とひどかったじゃないか。
mental, and
誰が
dimensional
誰かも分
sense.
からずに怯えて暴れてベッドに縛り付けられて、今はよくあそこまで立ち直ってくれたと思う。
He's getting better, theoretically, though he did say, like, I'm just tired being sad and lonely, I'm just angry and
それにしたっ
there's
て
just
変
anger
よ
left.
関坂君。私たちのこと見る目つき、あれ何なの？まるで
よせ近江。
Oh, okay. Consideration for Yo, that's third person, Crush Lady. Don't get into a threesome immediately for some reason. He's still working on it because he doesn't want to date a pile of flesh. Let's see. Oh. So she... Rip. She asked him out, and then he got hit by a tractor and got banished to the flesh domain. The welcome, Zohar. You've joined on the normal half of the conversation. As we went through the same conversation in both the flesh plane and the human plane, or the material plane. I guess the flesh plane is technically a material plane, but it's just a different material. Oh, let me check something. Can I... Is there a quick options button? Config. Oh, there's a lot of fancy stuff here. Yeah, it's not the material we want it to be. I want to see if I can... Ah, there. Yeah. I want to see if I can do something... Like, I'll test those out once there's something reasonable to test it out on. Because, like... I don't know how bad the grotesque CG, what it means by that, versus blurred and or dimmed. Like, I don't know if I've found something that needs to be blurred and or dimmed yet, and also whether or not it's okay for Twitch.
その後の経過はどうですか、崎坂さ
So
ん。
let me actually like see if I can pull up some kind of ruling on. Oopsies, wrong button. Flesh planes would fly as they are simply normal planes
いいえ
in
で
the
す
flesh dimension.
これといって問題もなく
Let's see, Twitch, restricted material. Let's go with that.
吐き気やめまい、幻聴や幻覚といった体
Terms
験は
of service. So, we're not sure which rule they would violate, but it would be one of them.
いいえ何も
Let's see. Prohibited, or not prohibited, conduct, I guess. It would be prohibited Um, let's see. It would be like content, user content, maybe. I'm not seeing anything obvious, but I also can't find the part where I can't play my hentai games on here, so doesn't help. Because like I know where approximately it should be. It's just I can't find it on the TOS.
咲坂さん、あなたが当院で受けた処置は脳神経医学の分野では世界的に最先端の治療でした。
Ah, it's in the community guidelines. What a fool I was. Ooh, micro machines.
最
That
先端
definitely
である
didn't
と
do
いうこと
anything
は
bad.
まだまだデータの出揃っていない危険性の伴う治療法だったという意味でもあります。
Twitch, can you please not break my phone by doing whatever?
そうでしょうね。
普通こんなことを言って脅かすのは
But-
医者として問題なんですが、施術後に重大な脳障害をきたしたケースも報告されているんです。
Oh, okay, yeah.
予後の経過には十分に注意しなければなりません。
I don't. Well, I mean, being trapped in the flesh plane might be a neurological disorder in part, but maybe. Let's see.
先週の MRI はどう
Okay,
でした？
nudity, pornography, other sexual content, and also extreme violence, gore, and other obscene conduct. There's probably something in that list that it violates. It's probably the like I know they probably mean like real physical gore, but like I don't know how bad it is in this game, so I'm just gonna go with the safe thing and like blur it. And if it's really bad, I'll throw up the not in this it's not allowed in this Christian manga wall.
そういえばあなたも医者の卵だったわね。
先生が心配しているような脳機能不全は画像診断だけでも十分にわかるはずですよね。
いいえ。
Oh, you mean like I know Sayano Uta isn't on the list of games that are straight up banned, because I checked that list because I know I have some of those games and accidentally streamed some of those games. Oopsies. But like, let's go on the safe side and not do the full stuff. Inorganic as in like psychological issue?
現に僕は今こうして病院の外でも何不自由なく生活しています。
I did not install the R18 patch. This is the Steam version, so there shouldn't... No, I literally just installed it before streaming. Banned games that I have. Negligee, a couple of the Sakura games, all of the Honey games, so Honey Pop 1 and 2, Honey Cam Studios. There's something that's just called like Boobs Saga, which I may or may not have spent money. I did not spend money on Boobs Saga. I got that for free somehow.
ねえ咲坂さん、こういった難しい手術は予後不断が原則なんです。
そうですよね。僕だって先生方を信
I
用したい。
do want to trust you, but
どんな相談にも乗ってもらえるんですか？
everything's awful.
ええ、もちろん。
じゃあ先週の話の続きなんですが、先生、あれから大貝教授については何か分かりましたか？
大貝教授のことは あなたの治療とは何の関係もないでしょ。
Suddenly something's
信
happening.
頼しろと言った矢先にいきなり隠し事ですか。
It's called professional something or other.
何分だいぶ前にここを辞められた方ですからね。
辞めた理由はご存知ない。
Remember, kids, even if you're stuck in the flesh world, stay hydrated.
ええ、おそらく個人的な事情でしょうね。それにしても咲坂さん、
I did not fill up my water bottle in whole. Hopefully, I don't need all of it in the next hour
お
and
知
a
り
half.
合いですか？
教授は今失踪中なんです。知ってましたか。
いいえ。
That's very suspicious.
近頃教授の身内の人間と懇意にしていましてね。
Uh,
その人から調査を頼まれているんです。
大貝教授に縁者の方はおられないはずですが。
おお、誰から聞きました。
それは噂話に。
okay. So, seeing as we're about 20 minutes in, main character got hit with a tractor trailer, went to the hospital, and when he woke up, he was in the flesh plane. Like he still interacts with the rest of the, like everyone else in real life as per normal, but like everything he sees is made of flesh. People are made of flesh. Furniture is made of flesh. Why does it exist? Good question. Where did it come from? Also a good question.
なるほど。そんなことが噂になる程度には、大貝教授は
Yeah, no, we got
有名人だ
nothing.
ったわけ
We
ですね。
we basically just listened to the same conversation once in the flesh plane and once in the material
一
plane,
風変わった人だっ
and
た
now
みた
we're
いです
here
ね。
at the doctor
なのに、誰も彼が
getting a
大学を辞
checkup
め
for
た
the
理由を
fact
知
that
ら
our
ない
brain
と
is absolutely messed up.
先生、僕はどうしても大貝教授に会わなきゃならないんです。
We have not actually heard the we have not seen nor heard of the titular character,
行く当てがなくなり
Saya,
困っている子がいるんです。力になってもらえませんか。
unless that's this girl that we're talking about, who's the relative. I assumed it was Yo at first, but it could also just be small green-haired child looking for Mr. Doctor Man. The incident? Is this the flesh-related incident?
-咲坂さん、
Secret
私の知って
doctor.
いる範囲のことは喜んでお教えします。ですが、大貝教授は今年の4月にどこか長期の旅行にでも行かれたか。
An extended vacation in which he disappeared forever. That the vacation was extended to infinity. Yeah, it is probably hard to just ask your doctor like, hey, meat. How do I fix that?
咲坂さん、
And seeing as this is like 3 months after the initial
今日と同じ4時でも。
issue, I don't know what happened at the beginning besides the fact that there were issues with him interacting with anyone. There we go. Here's some flesh for you. Yeah, no, yep. Basically, like here, let's see if this changes between. Like, does that just unblur a little bit if I? Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. Look, it's just kind of fleshy. It's behind the wall of text anyways, so it's fine. No. The dude just kind of walked out in the middle of the sentence, from what I understood. He was done with the conversation and decided he did not want to be with Flesh Doctor. Man, imagine just being able to go. Yeah, sure wish I knew what that meant, Zohar. Isn't there something that Toki and Seb were talking about in like Dragon Age or something that's just like walls of flesh type stuff too? Oh yeah, Agnosia makes sense, I think. I guess. Or something vaguely on the lines. Isn't because Agnosia is on the same plane as like Synthesia. Morrowind's got the. I mean, just massive walls of flesh are kind of just a thing that happens, but imagine being the one character, or being the one person in the world stuck in the flesh plane while everyone else is just living their lives. Yeah, just look at it. It's just doing fine. That might be like a car or something. My power lines are powered by meat. Yeah, just adapt to the fact that everything's flesh. Easy. I'm assuming home is where the Saya is. Yeah, I know this particular CG. I know this image of a flesh house. I think this is where the first choice in the game happens. If the one spoiler I read from like years ago is here. No, Toki, don't do that. Don't. We don't need to think about any of those things. Well, if it makes you feel any better, that's a spoiler too. Yes, it absolutely does. It also, one of the regular people just kind of accidentally spit a little bit on our main character, and from the main character's point of view, it was little globs of flesh that got launched at him. Uh-oh. You have people singing in the song. Yeah, here she is. There she is. One girl in the land of flesh. It makes sense that your entire coping method in the flesh world would be around the one thing that is not... okay. The one thing that is not visibly undulating, exposed flesh. See, this is the one spoiler I have, which is why she doesn't trigger the cognitive disorder. And I won't say anything further than that. Yeah, just I'm not gonna say anything. You may wonder, but there is definitely a reason why this one girl is not made of flesh. I'm honestly surprised that this man is still going to like university
今日は一日ど
and
う
not
して
just like holed up in his room with his salvation. As opposed to some other series I know where that's exactly what happens.
で今はね、ふみのりの晩ご飯作ってるの。昼間テレビで作り方やってたから。
そうか楽しみだな
I know that talking about flesh, I need to separate between when I say made of flesh, you know what I mean. Where when I say made of flesh, I mean like this. This is just a regular or normal human being. Just for the purpose of this stream, if I say flesh, I mean red meaty stuff that shouldn't be on the outside.
もうちょっと時間かかりそうなの。待っててくれる？
いいよじゃあ僕は今の
We
続
should
きをやってる
wait, hold on. What happens if the walls were skinned? That would probably be marginally better. I guess it depends on like how healthy looking the skin is, cause like if it's like Binding of Isaac like skin where it's like ugh, just kind of patchwork and stuff, probably not great. Or like if it was what's his face Borderlands, Mr. Fit Jack whatever. It's just kind of strips of flesh plastered or like nailed into the wall. Yeah, Dabby too. I wonder how like TVs and computers work in the flesh realm. Like, can you still look at things on them and they're just like tinted meaty, or or what? Ah, you're just painting your whole room not red. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can't paint the... Once again, like how do windows work? Are the or just other like translucent and like cuz like the lamp looks fine. That looks like an actual light. Oh. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. If you just paint over the glass because you don't want to look outside.
ご飯できたよ。
こっちで食べよう持ってきてくれるか
ペンキの匂い平気？
It all smells like flesh.
さやは嫌いかい
The smell of paint thinner is fine because that's the best smell within a 10-mile radius.
平気。ふみのりが大丈夫ならいい。
いただきます
I would please show me what the food looks like.
美味しくない？
まあね
Honest. Well,
気にしないで。明日はまた別のものを作ってあげるから。
ごめんないつもせっかく作ってくれ
yeah,
た
I guess if all you can feel and see and touch is flesh, it's probably not a good idea to be
いい
cooking.
のよ。こうやっていろいろ試していけば、いつか
You can probably vaguely understand what is and what is not,
かもしれないじゃない。
at least like edible, just based on like where it is. I wonder if you can read things too.
さやは食べないの
私はもう済ましたから。
Dang, she's hoarding all the good food.
そういえば 今日もう一度
Okay, yeah,
病院で
okay.
君のお父さんのことを
Oga
聞
is
いてみた。
related to her.
パパの
やっぱり何も教えてくれない。何か隠している雰囲気なんだが。
そう
心配
She
じゃない
sounded kind of disappointed
お父さん
just
のこと。
just from a single O.
そういうわけじゃないの。ありがとうみのり。
君はそれ以上のことを僕のためにしてくれるんだ。
They are actually coexisting fairly fine. Would kind of like what I probably should not be relating this to like Higehiro or whatever that show coming out this season is. Yeah, I know it starts with Hige. I don't know the rest of it, but it's a fairly similar set of circumstances from what I understand. Besides the meat and the flesh.
じゃあお風呂にする？
まあ、また背中流してくれるか。
Okay, yeah, like Higehiro, like that's the kind of Higehiro that I'm trying to shorten it to. What is actually what you Yes, yep, that is the title. Can you please give me the actual abbreviation? Wait, hold up. Don't say wife. She's like 13. Sure do love the green flesh. Well, I guess it's more the paint room than the flesh. That looks like mostly. JK is short for Joshi Kosei or high school girl. Hige Soru. Interesting. It's just before you go, but just before you panic a little bit too much, Zohar. It's apparently better than you would expect from the title. Oh, is it Hige? Okay. Then Higehiro is right. It's Higehiro is surprisingly not not a pedophilia, or at least not incredibly pedophilia promoting like some other shows this season. I don't remember the name of that one rom-com they call it. Hige o soru soshite JK wo hiro. Oh, hiro. I get it. And it can also be a play on words with hiro.
みのり。
Yeah, it's the one Cassie was talking
泣
about.
いてるの？
That's actually surprising. Like, I saw that title and I'm like, nope, gonna ignore that. But apparently, I'm glad someone watched it and said that it was okay.
どうしてなんださい。 なぜ僕に
If I didn't want to actually get to a funny part in this... Oh, no. Jin Akutagawa did the sound direction for
みのり。
Higehiro.
わからないんだ。わからないのに僕だけがどんどん君に惹かれていく。
No. I mean, it's a good thing because
なっていく。
I guess the sound direction of the show is probably pretty good. God, that man does so much work. Oh, that's yeah, that's not a. I mean, not healthy, yes. But a lot about this man's situation is not healthy.
教えてくれ。どうすれば君を失わずにいられる。僕は何を。
See, this is definitely the first scene in which the R18 patch would have changed something. This scene, instead of being like, oh, let's get the. So this is probably the scene right now, and with the patch it goes kind of something like that.
みのりに抱いてもらうの大好き。
Jin Akutagawa is a guy who's like the sound director on like maybe like 5 or 6 out of my top 10 anime. And I learned from one pretty nice internet guy. What is it? Just like YouTube, Twitter kind of guy, or
私は海のり
anime YouTube kind of guy. Like one thing that you don't notice in shows, like you'll know the director and the studio, but like the sound director, they pull a lot of weight in making shows good, and I'm like, so like one thing that's cool to do, that I learned from that video about sound direction is just think of some of your shows that's got like the coolest sounding music, or just like some of your favorite soundtracks and stuff. See how many, like, check those sound directors. Like, a lot of times they'll either be the same guy because you just like their style, or just look at some of their other stuff and it'd be like, they're probably good recommendations just by looking at the same sound director.
それはね、みのりが一人ぼっちだから。
And I don't want to tangent too hard here because I actually care about this game, unlike last week.
一人ぼっちだったから。
We need to increase the rate of flesh.
だからさやにもふみのりしかいないの。この世でただ一人だけ私を抱きしめてくれる大好きなふみのり。
Oh, okay, that's him thinking to himself. As long as the world is awful, as long as there's this one not flesh thing in my life, I guess I can kind of survive. Alright, so we're in material plane from Crush Lady's point of view. The seat next to your crush. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but I was thinking it. You can blame it on the age, at least somewhat. This artist is much better. I don't actually. If it's one artist for the whole thing, it might be kind of they're really good at drawing flesh, just not when you need to put all that flesh together to make a human being. I mean, I don't personally, I don't think it's really necessarily that it's the woman that's the issue. It's just the human beings, because the guys are also not particularly flattering. You know, maybe they just don't look pretty because this is a horror game. They're all just a little bit off, and that makes the flesh even worse. He just doesn't want the man. He doesn't want the flesh. Oh, she didn't move mid-class? Dang. Weak.
咲坂さん。
何か
Like, that face looks a lot older than college student compared to that body. That looks like a college student to me. That face. I mean, I guess he has seen some shit. But, like, this man mentally is at least 30-something. It may also be the fact that he's not eating properly because every meal is an absolute awful thing. He's probably not sleeping well either. 3 months of terror, slowly adapting into resignation.
お話があるんです。ちょっといいですか？
話って
Temperature means nothing when I'm surrounded by flesh. I keep reading that as you, but it's yo.
最近ちょっと様子が変です。
I mean,
見てて
it probably is actually just
心
spelled
配になります。
yo. Yeah, I know. As I was saying, I'm surprised this man is keeping up his regular schedule.
そうかもね
I guess it's mostly
あんな目に遭った後
because,
だから
like, he probably got sent to the hospital after the first two. He sent back to the hospital after like a month of just hiding in his house. So he's like, okay, if I don't want to get locked up in the flesh hospital forever and get separated from Saya, I gotta keep up appearances.
本当にそれだけなんですか？
Once again, well put together, maybe stretching it a little
君
bit.
にはそれだけじゃないように見えるのかい？
何か我慢してるみたいに見えます。
It's probably like a built-up resistance because, as they said at the beginning, he was in panic mode early in the early after his treatment.
どうしようもないものを無理して壊れそうになるほど頑張って我慢してるみたいに。
Yeah. She's not wrong.
今の咲坂さんは
Everyone can very clearly see that he's suffering, and not really sure how to deal with it.
友達って
It's one of those things where it's like, as a group of friends, they should have like an intervention and or just schedule them for like a therapist. That's the word. But he would probably just say, "No, I'm doing great," and that's what the intervention would be for. In which he would go to the therapist and say, "I see nothing but flesh." Yeah, that sounds perfectly accurate. So.
ご家族のことは本当に残念だったと思います。
Yeah, man, imagine your friends looking like this.
でも咲坂さんは一人ぼっちじゃありません。
It's a compounding save. Every time he saves, the DC gets higher.
私がいます。
And every time you fail, you take some mental damage, and the DC resets or something, or maybe partially resets. You just go into panic for a little bit.
一人で背負い込んだりしなくても私たちでなんとか
Yeah,
できる
the audio is definitely less muddled now than it was in that first section.
たとえ何もできないにしても
Either that or it's just a different character talking.
あなたが少しでも楽になるかもしれない。私、咲坂さんの力になりたいんです。他のみんなも。
やめてくれ。
Yeah, that is loathing.
そういえば君には一つ返事しなきゃいけない要件があった。
Ooh. You know, this main character is at least one step ahead of most other main characters, because after being confessed to, suffering a tragic accident, and then never responding, actually does it. I'm fairly certain he's about to say no.
僕は君のことをとりわけ特別に意識したことなんてなかった。
Okay, he kind of did it in an asshole way too, but like,
君のことどう思ってるのか。
咲坂さん。
at least this is. I want to say this is partially like he's trying to keep her feelings okay, but he might just actually like be out of emotional
今ではもうはっきりと答えが出てる。
ability.
あれから考える時間だけはたっぷりとあったからね。
Like his emotional stability is absolutely destroyed by this point.
筑波さん、僕はあんたのことが大嫌いだ。顔も
Technically,
見たくない。
technically true. It's only because he's looking at flesh.
もう二度と会いたくないっていうのは無理だね。同じ学校に通ってるんだし。
Yeah, see that? That's just being mean at that
だから
point.
せめて今後は僕に声をかけないでくれないか。
Once again, technically true. Missing some context.
君さ、少しは頭を冷やした方が良かったんだよ。
Man, you're just
どうせ
gonna keep
王に
going,
けし
huh?
かけられてその気になってただけなんだろ。自分一人でのぼせてる分には勝手だけどさ、他人を巻き込むなって言うんだ。
Probably one of the worst ways to do this, but it's one of those. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who needs emotional stability? Oh, they saw that. Now, are they gonna beat his ass? Yeah, please. No, please, let her. It'll be funny.
どうしちまったんだかな、あいつは。
Once again, like, he's... Yes. On one hand, that was an absolutely terrible thing to do. On the second hand, he is physically repulsed by looking, feeling... What others... This is... Let's see. Taste, gone. Sight, gone. Smell, gone. Feel, gone. What's the other one? I guess his hearing is somewhat messed up too. Like, all 5 of his senses are just constantly on assault, being in the flesh plane. So I can understand him having issues with dealing with other people, if not, you know, watching him explode and absolutely cut off all human contact.
ねえコウジ、このまま放っておくつもり？
放っておきたくないにしたって、俺たち
Beat
に
his
何がで
ass.
きる？
It'll be funny.
覗き見よりマシなことよ。あたし、先坂君に一言言ってやらなきゃ気が済ま
Please
ない
beat his
わ。
ass.
それで筑波の気が晴れるってもんでもないだろうに。
It'll make me feel better though.
だったらあたしの
Yeah.
話すわよ。あたし、先坂君と2人だけで話してみたいわ。コウジはついてこなくてもいいから。
本気かよ。
その代わり、陽のことを見ていてあげて。泣き終わった後で。
Yeah, Omi is 100% within her rights to to not only give him an earful, but
なあ、
to slam his
それっ
face
て
into
俺
the
とお前の
concrete.
役回りが逆じゃないのか？
Nah.
私みたいな性格だとね、慰め役は
Honestly, don't think you can make it worse at this
励ますつもり
point.
で余計に傷跡広げちゃうの
Like, even if you're bad at comforting, like, there's not much lower than you can get than what that man just unloaded on Yo.
な、陽の
Did I forget Fuminori's name? Maybe for a little bit there. I definitely did skip at least calling his name twice. Ugh, hard meat. Yeah. His reasoning is, there is reason to his reasoning, if not particularly healthy. I don't need to avoid acting any stranger than the fact that I just flew off the goddamn handle on my one of my best friends. It's 'cause you didn't tell them anything. We just need some good communication in this universe. Oh, great, you feel bad about what you did. Good. You should. Yeah. Yeah, that's just a true sentence. I think communication in this case, like, they seem like the people who would be willing to, if maybe not believe him, trust the, like, they know that he's not okay, and if he just went, hey, my life is a living nightmare, everything I see is flesh, I think they'd be at least be somewhat willing to believe him after the 3 months of not okay he's shown. Like, it would probably make more sense than just he had a complete change of character after getting hit with a tractor. Once again, everything theoretically makes sense from both ends, but like a little bit more. Oh yeah, I'm okay. I guess as I'm saying, like, it makes sense, and this is totally something that could happen, and even excluding the supernatural flesh prison that this man is in, like, this is just something that happens. But that doesn't stop me from saying there is a way to fix it in real life too. A little bit of therapy and communication will fix these issues. It's just humans are not great at doing that. I guess you guys saying that makes me realize, like, I'm not even putting this, like, against the game, like, it's stupid that they're doing this. It's just big yikes for me, dude. Cause, like, I remember one thing there was something real stupid in Astra in Space that's like, yeah, why weren't they, like, perfectly in formation doing this stupid thing, or doing this one thing? And I'm like, bruh, buddy, they just all got fucking launched into space and they're all panicking. I don't expect them to give us the epitome of teamwork from people they met half an hour ago. Yeah, you're right. It's a good game. It's making us think, both about characters in-game and people in real life. Good character writing. It's a good reflection of the world. The real world reflects fiction, and fiction reflects reality. And flesh reflects flesh. Yeah, man. Taking the train home in Japan, in the flesh world, awful. Oopsies. Oh, okay. We're flashing back. Yeah, man, imagine being alive but blind. But so you entirely lose your sense of sight, versus all 5 of your senses are functional but slightly tinged with flesh. Actually, hold on. Let me hold on. Does this work? What is it? Shoot, what song request. What is it, monster.exe or yeah, I think everybody would. Diemonster.wav, that's what it's called. I sure hope that worked. I don't think did it work? My media request is borked. Yeah, man, imagine waking up in the hospital and you're... everything looks like, that. I don't think it worked either. Is song request the correct, thingy? Also, like, my song request isn't showing up on here. I guess I'll tab over to, my face. How do I do anything on this? I don't remember. Where's my media player? Is it under streaming tools? No. Oh, I'm on Twitch, not Stream Elements. That's the issue. Let me just occasionally tab in and advance the text a little bit before I try. I just need the flesh line from diemonster.wav. Okay, there we go. That looks better. I still can't actually find the media player. Media request. Let's get viewer. That didn't work. Enter. Okay. Just give me a sec while I get the funny. Let me advance text a little bit more. Scroll back, please. Oh God. Yeah, let me just leave that up there for a sec while I try to get. What do you mean? Oh, you mean if it's just a... I don't think it's a purely... Like, I think if he closed his eyes, I think it still smells like flesh outside. Diemonster.wav. Ah, I see. It was diemonster.wmv. My bad. I just wanted the funny flesh line. It took me way too long. Add diemonster.wav to... There we go. Alright, now, if I push play... There we go.
Monster. You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I was once again given
Flesh.
Hey, what the fuck is going on?
There we go. That's all I wanted that for. I just needed the funny flesh.
One part.
We'll just keep letting that go, though.
Oh, are we doing the thing? No, we didn't.
Alright, let's get back to normal. Yeah, there we go.
Doing the thing. Yes, we did. Where's the die monster? We did thing. H.
Man, remember when just typing in the lyrics to something, or I guess
scroll up, homie.
Just in Discord, just a bunch of people collabing to write out something was a thing. Okay, one more flesh.
You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh.
Okay, there we go. Humans.
Who wish to pay me?
Okay, I can't actually stop it. Hold on.
Tribute. Use.
Steal men's souls. And all right. Oh, hey, it's the album art for the Song of Saya YouTube thumbnail that I use. Although unfortunately Shapeshift is not playing. I think I must have turned off the media requests.
怖くないの？私のこと。
Or God. As long as you don't look like flesh, you're doing great. You are better than literally everything else.
パパのこと探しに来たの。あなた怖がらないんじゃつまらない。
ちょっと。
何？
Yeah, man. I mean, even if you didn't know the spoiler, I think it's kind of obvious what the issue here is.
女の子にお願いしていいことじゃないんだが、今は君にしか頼めない。
I mean, he almost did a suicide, and that was before, you know, an actual living looking person showed up. Oh, okay, I guess living looking doesn't even really separate her from the flesh. Everything else here does also look living, just wrong.
手を握らせてもらえない。
I would like to touch something that is not raw meat. Because as Mickey knows, do you like raw meat? The answer, no. This man has had 3 months of disliking raw meat. I need Seb for like 5 seconds just to throw at a "you like raw meat" in Mickey Mouse voice. Human.
この半月の間に初めて人に触れた。他の人じゃダメなんだ。僕事故に遭ってその後遺症らしいんだけど。
Yeah.
人が人の姿に見えないんだよ。
Seb is possessed by Mickey Mouse, like the live action actor for Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movies is possessed by the ghost of Shaggy. Or not, I guess not the ghost of Shaggy, but the demon lord Shaggy. Fishy?
本当に不思議な人。
Just Shiggy.
あなたって面白い。
Oh, and she said, like, that was more like, what an interesting person. What was the actual? Yeah, rather than how mysterious, it was like, what an interesting person.
また来ていい？
あ、そりゃもういいのかい？
大丈夫よ。
Hey Seb, I need to call in a favor. You mind getting possessed for like a couple minutes for a funny joke? "3 a.m. rendezvous with a mysterious being of meat."
これだけ広いと隠れる場所には事欠かないから。
I mean, it's no fun if you're not scared. You're the first human being I've been able to see, or the first human being I've been able to touch. Just ... question mark as a reaction. Everything about this is a little... Oh. Your dad's been missing, so you snuck into his workplace and have been living in his workplace, trying to find him for 2 months. Interesting.
勉強は全部パパに教えてもらったから。さやはとっても頭
Alright, nerd, what's the prime factorization of 273? Actually, thinking about that one's not actually that hard. Only if the words prime factorization scare you is that actually like a tricky one to do. Wait, hold on. Just think about it. Hold on, that's 13.7.3, I think. Is that right? Interesting. It was a very cool number to be able to prime factorize for having just pulled that number out of literally nowhere.
なくないのか。
I don't think anyone that I was... Because I do think prime factorization did actually show up in something that I was working on earlier today, like teaching. But 293 was definitely not any of the numbers that I used. Because they were all double-digit numbers, and I just wanted to pull out a 3-digit number. I should have gone a bit bigger, I guess.
パパのうちに一人ぼっちでいるよりもずっと楽しいよ。
I'm just not gonna say anything. I thought about a lot of things with that last sentence.
入院してる患者さんたちのうち、ちょっと精神的に参ってそうな人を事前にチェックしといてね。
Yeah, see, there's two things you can think of that would be reasonable. There's two ways to explain that. One of them's a lot worse than the other.
時々部屋に真夜中に忍び込んで脅かしたりするの。
That's just the thing that assholes. You are a menace to society.
じゃあ、僕も最初はそのつもりで。
うん。ごめんね。怒った。
Like, that's just a thing that bad people do.
もうやらない方がいい。その代わり、夜は僕の話し相手になってくれないか。
うん、さやもその方が楽しい。
Ugh. Oh god, that's just... You can vaguely see what they... Like, that's the pillow. That's a blanket. Man, that's awful. Oops, wrong button. Alright, well, it would probably be better than what's currently going on, at least somewhat. Though, I guess if you don't want to have to go... Like, you're already doing weekly checkups. That's the point, Zohar. This man has been living in this for 3 months. So if it makes you slightly unsettled... I mean, I think what sounds reasonable to me is instead of having a weekly checkup that the procedure went okay, it would be probably at least 2 times a week, psychiatrist. Hey, buddy, we know your mind is absolutely destroyed. Wanna maybe work out some of that? And he's like, nope. So I don't think he's far from the mark in, that. Don't call her a secret nurse, please. I guess your mental recovery will kind of like exponentially increase if, the majority of your issue was only reduced to, from everything's absolutely awful, I hate everything, to that, but...
君はこれからもずっとこの病院に居続けるのかい?
But there's one thing that functions differently.
もう他にいるところもないし、バレそうになるまではいいかなって。
よかったら僕の家に来ないか?
え？
家族はもういないから部屋はいくらでも余ってる。人目を忍ぶような必要もないし、住み心地もそんなに悪くないんじゃないかと。
ずっと文則と一緒に暮らすの?
I mean, it is certainly.
君の父さんのことは代わりに僕が探してあげる。約束するよ。必ず居場所を。
難しいと思うよ。それ。多分パパ、何か悪いことをしてこの病院を辞めたんだと思う。
Yeah, that's what I seem to have gathered from nurse's point of view.
なるべくこっそりと探さなきゃいけないし。
頑張るよ。どんなことだってやる。 僕はさやと離れたくないんだ。
Woo, unhealthy, unhealthy, what's the attachments?
少しだけ考えさせて。
Once again, makes sense. If you're trapped in the flesh realm, and there's something that's not flesh, you're probably gonna cling to it. I wonder if they look the same every time they look like flesh. Like, is it just different flesh every time, or is it the same flesh every time? She's a being of the night. She can't come out in the day. Man, look at those nice flesh trees. Nothing was as I remembered. It's all made of flesh. Once again, I understand his cynicism. You can be cynical about the world if everything is, that. And this is awful to read. But in the good way. It's supposed to be awful. Just remember every once in a while to do that, just in case. Wait. Alright. Okay, Omi's about to go off. I'm glad we get to see this scene. I don't know, like... I'm not implying that I know what happens in this scene, but, like... I want to see her go off. They've been closed for months. Uh-oh. Those are never words you want to see showing up in this. You never want to see rotten meat show up in your games, especially not in one as flesh-based as this one. Man, okay, now, based off of everything that I know, if she sees the room that's been painted, it's going to be entirely in shades of red. Based on how this has been going. If it is even paint. Yeah. She was planning on doing it. Yeah. I mean, here comes the reveal for anyone who didn't already guess this or figure it out. Just unfun words to take in. Oh, I assume she was just gonna leave. really not liking this music. It's pretty regular sounding. It's just it's pretty standard ominous music, but that little crack noise, awful. I think the paint was blood. They did say like they went to like a supermarket to buy it, so maybe not. Oh, well. I mean, the food seems to be normal, at least. If it was just, like, actual carrots. I think you might actually be slightly wrong on where this is going. But, I think you probably got at least one part. Oops. Wrong button again. Oh. I think I figured out what happened. Okay, the music is slowly getting more and more, like, good ominous stuff. Just sounding worse. What? Oh. I assumed it was higher up on the pantyhose. I first assumed it was piss, and then I assumed it was like, what? I was just kind of confused, like something dripping, but no, you just stepped in something awful. Yeah, I would like to leave too. I probably would not have entered the room. Or entered the house. Oh, okay. It's just the that's just like insane person kind of thing, which is just there's just colors, there's just paint on everything. No, but nope. Never mind. I tell a lie. It was actually human flesh. Or I guess it was just everything instead. I mean, still, yeah, insane, but there we go. Here comes Shapeshift. Love this song. Yeah, don't do that. Nice! I mean, the worst decision was entering the house. Like, I feel like I would have simply bailed. if I'm, no matter how angry I am at a person, if they're not there and the house is suspicious, I am leaving. I mean, this is classic. Like, how to simply fix a horror story? Don't be an idiot. But that's more of my personal, like, that's my personal disposition to, like, there's definitely people who are like, this is weird, I'm gonna investigate it myself. I'm like, this is weird, get me out of here. So yeah, I guess. Oh, is this the first major turning point in the game, or like the actual decision? Yeah. Okay, so I do vaguely remember they saying like they painted this. Like they went to a store to purchase paint. did they just choose all the worst colors of paint, and like the description was like it's just these awful flesh-colored tones, or is it just actual guts and such? Fruit and vegetable-like balls.
Saya.
That don't quite look like fruit or vegetable-like balls.
何を食べてるんだい？
これはその
一ついいかな？
Here, as I believe this is the first major thing. Oh, quick saves stack. Oh, there's a whole page for quick saves. Just go over here and slap that in right there. Save. Oh boy. It's vaguely perish.
何か味付けとか調理してあるのかこれ？
調理ってほどのことは、さばいてからちょっと溶かして。
No, I think
だけでほとんど生なんだけど。
I think it's just flesh, which was partially melted. Now see, one thing that would be interesting is, what happens if you put this particular scene before Omi's scene?
ねえ、大丈夫？それって。
僕でも食べられる味だ。
Like, do you have the scene first of, hey, you finally found something good? And like so that the viewer doesn't even know anything.
そうなの？そうなんだ。ふみのりもこういうのが好きだったんだ。
Dang, we were finally teaching Saya how to cook normal food. Because apparently she was just cooking normal food.
こんな大物は久しぶりだけどね。近所の公園とかで取ってくれるやつ。
She's been eating kids at the nearby park.
ごめんね。一番美味しいところはさっきさやが全部食べちゃった。
いいよ、また今度で。でもこれで明日から一緒に食事ができるね。
I could have sworn, like, I guess maybe it's not the first time, but there is a choice at some point in which you realize what you are eating, and the game splits off in two very separate ways depending on your choice there.
まだまだいっぱいあるし、食べきれない分は冷やせば2、3日は大丈夫だよ。
じゃあ早めに片付けておこうか。
Ooh. Oh, is that late in the game? Not early in the game? I mean, yeah, the option is continue eating human flesh and stop, and the game ends if you say stop, for reasons in which I will not spoil. Like that's the one spoiler I know about the game is that that one decision and what the options are. There have been no choices yet. Like I don't know if there's any choices other than that one major one either. Ooh, this song also a good one. What was that monster made out of? Oh. Okay. Okay, I mean, we at least started with cats rather than humans. Things such... Ah, organs. Great. Who could that be? I actually want to know who that is. Sure do love all of the words they're using to describe what is happening here. What would that story be? Just the entire department? Oh. Yeah, they just steal a baby. That's cause Saya left. So it seems like Saya isn't just straight up eating a bunch of humans. It's just it's just eating flesh. Probably.
ダメだ。まあ、あいつのことだからな。何事もなかったみたいに、ひょっこり顔出しそうな気もするんだが。
If it's been 3 days, and the last thing you heard was, I'm going to go to this person and give them a piece of my mind, probably want to check in with that person. Though, unfortunately, if you go to Fuminori and say, hey, have you seen Omi since you were talking with No, he can say yes. Oh no, Toki... Oh, why did you make me think about that? That sounds awful. Saya probably... I don't know. Is Saya constantly eating humans, or is she only sometimes eating humans? Does she understand how the police work? Yes, because she said, don't go to the police to find Dr. Ogai. So maybe she's not stealing a bunch of babies just for the purposes of not getting police on her ass for having eaten every single child in the nearby neighborhood. Okay, so it's been 3 days, which they said was about, or which was how much Saya said the meet should last. So now what? And like, they're in numbers in which once Saya stopped eating them, they came back, so... Cats everywhere. And she only said college student was big, so I kind of assumed that it was child was the next step, but it might just be small animal is the next step. No. Oh no, they're all gonna get picked off one by one. Because they don't communicate. If anything's very clearly wrong with me, guys, please do be at least a little bit more proactive. I don't want you all eaten by a flesh monster because I've gone insane. Oh! Oh, wow. Thanks for that, King Retro. I unfortunately do not have a shout-out button, but, he's pretty cool. I've watched a couple of his streams before, just, I'm kind of confused at how there's 2 separate raid notifications that do different that have different numbers on them. I'll try and figure out what that is. Welcome everyone. How are y'all doing? We're having some great times playing horror visual novels that are almost entirely flesh related. We're currently in the middle of trying to figure out what happened to one of our missing friends, which, us the viewers know, was they got eaten. Also, just kind of general content warning for this game. There's, possibly disturbing imagery, highly flesh-related, so, If you are of the weak of heart and don't want to see walls of flesh, and like lots of flesh, please, for your own sanity, you might want to head out somewhere else. It's going good so far. I'm enjoying the game. I haven't played it before. It's a little disturbing, but I knew that coming in. Thank you for the wonderful descriptions, guys. Yeah. By possibly disturbing, I mean it may possibly disturb you. It is disturbing imagery. And it's not like they're animated undulating flesh, it's just, it's described undulating flesh. So just kind of like, so here's our guy who's having the flesh issues. Everything he sees, hears, what are the other, touches, okay, I guess hears is the one that is only like moderately changed. Touches, tastes, sees, feels, yeah, those 4. Those are all incredibly more meatier than they should be. And the character we're currently at the point of view of is one of his best friends from before the accident that turned man's life into a living flesh prison. Is trying to figure out what's going wrong. I'm trying to read what the train says. It's No Fuji Station on the, not JR line, the UR line. I'm assuming our main character Fuminori has been like hanging out here just because there's less things to be made of flesh out in the countryside. Or not. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Oh, he's investigating the doctor's house. He must have found out where it was. So yeah, subplot. We're looking for some character's dad, who is a doctor, and definitely did something somewhat illegal. And he's just gonna wait, okay. Let's see what happens. Anyone else in the rating group big visual novel fans, or even just like heavily story-based stuff? Because that's what I do a lot this time of day. Oh no. Last time we investigated a house, we got eaten. Alright, nice. Yep. Have a nice time, I'm assuming playing baseball? It's been a while since I've done that. Thanks for dropping a bunch of people on me before that, then. Stale, thick air of mold, better than the last house we entered unknowingly. Because that one smelled of rotten meat. Man, this is still not great atmosphere. Okay. So how are we doing? So April, and we just finished summer, so that's 4 or 5. Let's see, hold on. So we're at the end of summer right now, which is probably end of August or early September or something like that. So April, May, June, July. Yeah, 4 or 5 probably. Wrong house to find a rotting corpse in. I mean, technically we could also find a rotting corpse here, but, you know. Has Koji worked in an old bookstore? No, Toki, no. I don't think a fleshlight would make anyone feel better in this situation. Okay. So it does look like he can read things if they just feel bad to read. Leatherbound. That seeing Ars anything and like Ultima, you know there's some magic stuff going on there. It's probably closer to cult stuff. Alright, we got a flashlight. Let's see what we look. What awful thing are we gonna find in this house?
Hmm?
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is it slime, or is it... human related? Man, I don't understand how these people are so good at at suppressing the urge to flee. Oh, God. I mean, he probably doesn't have his fingerprints on too much at the moment, because he's one hand on the lighter. I guess the other one probably touched some doors. Yeah. I mean, the kitchen was surprisingly the one good room in the last one. That is common practice for making bodies harder to find murdered. Okay, cool, nothing. Ah, bones. Oh, okay. Honestly, probably the best thing we could find. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the bones, it looks like. Okay, it's like cat. Yeah. How many cats have been eaten in this house? Good for you, Koji. Your brain's finally ticking into some kind of gear. Probably not fast enough. That's probably a little bit far off. No. That's not what you want to hear. You don't want to hear the man you were following.
不法侵入だぞ。
お前だって同じだろうが。
Please don't say it's her house. If you say something like it's her house, I know what's gonna happen.
僕はこの家の人と知り合いなんだ。頼まれて探し物をしに来ただけさ。
知り合いって。いつから
Okay, so Saya is not here with her, with him.
いずれお前にも紹介するよ。
Oh, please do not.
僕の恩人とも言える人だから。
おい、文則。
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Togi. I would not have been in the house for long enough to be able to see the cat bones in the bathtub.
お前まさか近頃様子がおかしいのはその知り合いっていうやつのせいなんじゃ。
No, she's the reason why I'm not true. Okay, I would say not insane, but unfortunately, definitely have crossed that line at this point.
そういうのは迷惑だ。二度とやらないでもらいたい。
You're bothering me. Don't do it again. That's a very flat way of doing that. It tracks though. It's probably not too far away from the thingy. Okay, yeah. Now we're back on the actual main character's point of view. So now, anyone who's still here, look at all that nice looking flesh. This is a building. These are trees. It looks like that for the most part. Except for the fact that they're built of flesh instead of stone and wood. I don't think that's why he's doing it, but the mind of someone who is completely emotionally distanced from reality might make some wrong conclusions. Is he actually just like reading through all the books? Let's see who we got here. I'm assuming that's like a policeman or something? Next door neighbor. Okay, so we're all the way back at our home.
はい、おかげさまで。
He might be saying something. He might be talking to you because your house looks like garbage. Also smells like garbage. Ah, he's offering to help inside the house.
まあそうですね。でもまだ学生の身ですし。
Okay, please don't offer to be helpful. Because that will go badly. Yeah, okay, see, friendly neighbor helping in the yard, that would actually work. Yeah, yeah. I did vaguely understand that as a naruhodo, but...
いえ、お構いなく。一人でもなんとかなりますから。
No, I think it just actually looks awful, buddy. Like, you should actually think about that, the whole, like, you're trying to live a normal life. Make sure your grass isn't all bad and your trees aren't all bad. Hey! We get to see him. Not false. We're a little bit too late for that. We are definitely in these serious mental issues. Oh, yep. Good job, you figured that one out. You should honestly just, like, kind of do some yard work for him.
どうしたのあなた。難しそうな顔して。
今日ね、隣の家の息子に会ったよ。
お隣のって、文則お兄ちゃん？
ああ、
Alright, that
庭
works.
のこと一言言っておいた。
そうよね。せめてあの匂い
Okay,
だ
cool.
け
They
は
are talking
どうに
about
か
the
して
fact
もらいた
that
いわよね。
it does smell.
あの草むらの中に死んだ猫でもいるんじゃないかしら。でも住んでいて気づかないのかしらね。
まさかとは思うが、生ゴミをそのまま庭に捨てているんじゃあるまいな。
Yeah, thinking about it, I have had some pretty nasty smelling garbage that I may have just accident. I missed the day to throw it out, and it's just like, all right, I gotta live with that for another
いくらなん
week.
でもそこまで。
いや、今の様子だとやりかねん。一日中ずっと雨戸を閉め切って何をやってるのかもわからない。
I
どう
mean,
いう暮らし
like,
をしてるのやら。
it is a little suspicious that he just kind of comes home, shutters everything closed, and just stays inside for a while. But like, he is doing better than most hikimoris, where they just are literally inside their house like 24/7.
お兄ちゃん、頭おかしくなっちゃったのかな。これヒロミ、そういう言い方はダメよ。
Hey,
いや、
not wrong.
あれは本当にちょっとどうすぎてる。
大丈夫なのそれ。
早く自覚して医者にでも行ってもらわんこと
Yeah,
には。
please, somebody get him to see a therapist. He actually needs that. All right. Probably a nutritionist. I don't think there's much that I can do for him at this point. I don't think the fact that literally everything tastes like foul, rotten meat can be fixed by having a nutritional diet. And, if the only thing that doesn't taste like raw, rotten meat is raw meat, then yes, your daily intake is going to be wrong. Probably a bit too much protein, a little bit too much fat, nowhere near enough carbs. Ooh. Painting. Work. I'm trying to like, would it have been better if this man were in like a job? Because you could probably shutter yourself off from the rest of society a little bit easier if you were in a job rather than college. Probably not too much better. Just have the daily crunch at a black company, and you'll never have to deal with talking to anyone ever. And it makes sense that you never want to talk to anybody in the company or at home. I mean, yeah, remote work software. Yeah, remember, this was made in what? This might honestly be pre-2000, if I remember correctly. So I don't think they had that. Or at least not, it can't have been as common as it was in the past. If it was 04, I would believe that. That would put it approximately where I thought. I brought presents. Ah, you stole them. Nice stretching noise. Christmas 2003. Alright, yeah, that tracks. I assumed it was either... the Fantail doesn't matter. I was just looking for the original written date. Like, late 90s, early 2000s was when I would have put it.
ごめんね。本当はもっと早く帰れると思ってたんだけど、調べ出したらキリがなくて。結局全部持ち出してきちゃった。ああ、重かった。だから、そんなもん。
Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm looking for.
どうするって、もちろん調べるのよ。うちで時間かけて。
You're just gonna figure out what's wrong with our man. I honestly, I would like to see what her thought process is as she's going through these. I guess it's no wonder it can't be fixed. That's not what you want to hear. Well, that's suspicious.
私でもまだちょっと難しいかな。いろいろと試してからでないと。
Yeah, that sequence of sentences is not what you want to hear. A human doctor can't fix it, and then immediately followed by even for me from a teenage-looking girl, teenage-looking human-looking girl, and then I'll have to experiment.
なあさや。今日はもう疲れたし、寝ないか。
文則がそうしたいならそうする。
Alright, let's grab that sensor bar for a second. Okay, actually. Hold up. Here, let me just push that save button just before I get banned or something. Oops. I pushed the wrong button. I was too ready to send, like, I don't have the... Oh, no, they are. Maybe I just stop it right here. But, like, I don't have the adult patch, so it should be fine. Oh, think about how this feels in action. I don't like anything about this. It's bad from like 7 different dimensions. We finally got the Nitro Plus part of the game in here.
って文則がさやのことを大事に思ってくれてるからなんだよね。
This is bad from main character's point of view for like 3 reasons, and it's even worse from Saya's point of view for like 4 points. And then if you just kind of think about it for a little bit, it's like another 7 reasons why this is awful.
まあおい、
大丈夫。じゃあ今夜は文則が心配し
Oh
ない
boy,
よ
I
うに
just want. Okay.
これだったら文則だ
Okay. It was fade to black and then skip, and then that same CG from before.
だった。
そんなことない。でもさや、何もあんなものの。
そんな。あれはさやの
This is the reason why
状態よ。
Nikosi can't play Nitro Plus Blasters anymore.
文則のは一滴だって残さずに欲しい。
This was Steam.
出して欲しいの。
Since it's a Nitro Plus game, the R18 patches are definitely just available online for free. Ah, fair enough.
文則は嫌？
You want to ask how old she is? Because I don't want to know. There's no possible answer that is good.
嫌なんかじゃないさ。さやさえそれでいいのなら、僕だって。
The actual answer is probably like it's gonna be one of the stupid like 5 years old kind of thing because that's when she was created, but get rid of morality. I guess if the only morality you have left after, you know, cannibalism is pedophilia, I guess that's just one line too far, huh? Well, after thinking about all those awful, horrible things that just happened, let's put that right there. And don't think about anything. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I had a great time. It was uncomfortable for at least multiple different reasons, but overall, it's a good visual novel. I would plan on finishing this. Is it fun? Yes. Is it unfun? Yes. But if I think basically everyone from the raid's gone, but I'll still do my spiel anyways because I do it, you know, every time. I stream twice a week. Yeah, eye bleach, that's a good idea. Yeah. Unfortunately, I finished my main eye bleach like yesterday, so whoopsies. I stream twice a week. I do story-based games. Fridays, midnight to 2 a.m. EST. Today I was supposed to play Finding Paradise, which isn't a visual novel, but it's heavily story-based. And then it decided to not work, so we got Song of Saya instead, which is great. And then I also stream Wednesdays, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I missed this week because I absolutely exploded my sleeping schedule trying to vote the day before. But yeah, I'm mostly consistent. And on those Wednesday streams, it's Tales of Berseria, me just working through that game. And then also, I play some other random games from my Steam library that don't fit in this story-based section of my streaming. I hope you all had as much fun as I did. I appreciate the fact that you guys were here and chatting and raiding. Thank you, King Retro Gaming. I know you're not here. You're playing. You're asleep. You're getting ready to play baseball. Good luck. I hope you win. But thank you if you see this sometime in the future for some reason. But yeah, that's going to be it for the stream tonight. So with that, goodbye.